I am Aven, sole heir of Eldenmore. For 200 years, my Fae kingdom knew peace. Then Vrethis broke the balance. Their wells ran dry, and their armies marched outward. Kingdom after kingdom falling beneath them. Eldenmore was next. Our magic is bound to the crown, king and queen woven together, holding the land alive. Without an heir, if I fell in battle, Eldenmore fell with me. So my people paraded their most beautiful before me. Fae of every kind, male and female, draped in silver and song. I looked at each of them and felt nothing. I wondered, quietly, if something inside me was broken. Then Riven. Riven, who is Vrethian. Riven, who is the enemy. I should not have wanted him. I should not have touched him. I should not have mated him. My counsel warned me he could be a Vrethian spy, a blade waiting for the soft part of my throat. They were not wrong to warn me. They may even have been right. I found him bleeding in the forest at the border. I should have left him there. I should have let the cold take him, and the kingdom would have been safer for it. I couldn't. This is how it began.
We found him in the clearing where the light fell wrong, a body crumpled in the moss, his purple aura guthering. His blood was the color of deep water, even unconscious, even ruined. He was beautiful.
Blue blood. He's Vrethian.
Then he's the enemy, Your Highness. Step back!
I did not step back. I have watched many things in my long years. I have not yet learned to watch a thing die when I could keep it from dying.
Your Highness!
Enough! For a full-grown Fae, he weighed almost nothing. How badly were he hurt, I wondered. Where? You're in good hands. I'll take care of you. Solon, the healer, worked for 3 hours. I sat in the corner with a report across my knee and drafted it twice. Both versions were identical. The ink dried on the page and I did not notice. What I noticed, the line of his throat as Solon turned his head, the faint, stubborn pulse at the hollow there, his hair, blood-matted, the color of midnight rain. I was supervising. I was not simply there.
The wounds were meant to kill him. Whoever did this knew what they were doing. And he's healing on his own, faster than anyone I've treated. I barely needed to intervene.
Thank you, Solon. How long do we need?
Did you strip me naked? That's kinky.
What?
I'm naked here. I assume you took off my clothes.
Solon! The healer stripped you so he could treat you.
I have other affairs to tend to this afternoon, Your Highness.
The audacity of him. Just leaving me here with this beautiful stranger Fae.
Your Highness? You must be Prince Alvrin. An Eldenmore prince liking my body. I'm extremely honored.
First of all, I did not strip you. Second, who said I liked your body?
I know what I'm like. There's no shame in admitting you appreciate beautiful things.
Narcissist.
Prude.
I am not a prude.
So you enjoy seeing my bare chest and my abs?
God, you're so annoying.
Why are you blushing? Are you a virgin?
What? No!
Your ears are all flushed.
My throat closed around the lie. Because yes, fine, I was a virgin. But there was no earthly reason a Vrethian needed that information. He could choke on the silence for all I cared. But of course, silence was its own confession.
My goodness, you are a virgin.
The heir of Eldenmere is a virgin!
Solon! Solon! Something flicked in this moment. Something I couldn't name. I left as soon as I could without it being flight. The corridor was simply where I needed to be. I did not sleep that night. 3 days. I had not gone to see him. This was the correct decision. He was recovering. A prince did not loiter in sick rooms. A prince delegated. I had correspondence. I had a war. I was very busy. I did not know what the general was saying about the supply lines. I thought about the tilt of his mouth when he laughed. I shake my head to shut it down.
Your Highness, are you feeling okay today? I disarmed you 3 times already.
Didn't sleep well. Again. I raised my sword, but my mind drifted to the warmth of blood under my hands. I shut that down too. Drafting a letter to the Southern Court, I wrote the same sentence 4 times. What is happening to me? Your Highness, the Queen asked for your presence. Finally, a distraction. It was not a good distraction, though.
Won't you sit a while, my son? Your father and I only want to see you settled.
Like a good son and a responsible heir of Eldenmore, I sat. I looked. I waited for something to move in me. Nothing moved. I can't do this today. Forgive me, Mother. I left. I walked. I took the east corridor, then the gallery, and turned and stopped in front of a door I had not decided to come to. Where is he? I told myself not to panic. I panicked. I was out the window before I'd finished arguing with myself. He was a patient, a guest, possibly a security concern, a wounded Vrethian unaccounted for inside Eldenmaren walls. Of course I was looking. This was responsible. I checked the orchards, the east gardens, the stables, the cliffside path, the lake. One more lap at the lake. There must be something I missed. I'm not circling a lake for a 3rd time. I circled the lake 3 times. By the time the moons came up, I was over the mountains. Steam threaded up through the pines in a thin, pale ribbon. I dropped toward it before I decided to. He was in the hot spring. Of course he was in the hot spring. He looked up as my boots touched stone, unharried, like he'd been expecting me for hours.
What are you doing here?
I was looking for you. I looked everywhere.
Were you worried?
I wasn't.
Take off your clothes.
What?
You look tense. A hot spring will help. Take off your clothes and get in here.
No fucking way. I never swore. I had not sworn in front of anyone in my life. He'd had me for 3 days and I was swearing at him under starlight.
Why are you getting shy? You've seen me naked already.
Half naked. Watching him rise from the hot spring, I didn't move. I couldn't look at him. I couldn't look away.
Now you've seen me naked. Take off your clothes and get in the hot spring with me.
The water steamed. My muscles ached from the flight, I told myself. It would be undignified to refuse. None of it was true.
I'll just wash your back.
No thanks.
Okay.
I turned my head and peeked. Water tracked down the line of his throat, caught in the hollow of his collarbone. A scar I hadn't noticed, pale against blue-flushed skin, low on his ribs. I told myself I wasn't goggling. I was cataloging, helpless about it.
You like my body?
You have a nice body.
What do you like the most? My chest? My abs? Or my...
For fuck's sake! I heard him move through the water, closer, behind me. Everything in me went still.
You have a nice body too. Your shoulders. Your wings.
I flinched. Not away, just everywhere at once, my whole body, not knowing where to put itself. No one had ever.
It's okay. Just me. Tell me when it's not okay.
He was being careful with me. I didn't know what to do with that.
That okay?
Yeah. Magic is banned!
Sorry. Just me then.
He's touching my...
You're hard. Is it for me?
I had a list of reasons to stop him. They dissolved the moment his fingers touched where no one had ever touched me, and the water went still.
And so did I. Easy. I've got you. That one's mine. Look at you. Trying so hard to keep that royal face on. First time anyone's done this for you, isn't it? Don't bother lying. Your body's terrible at it.
I should have said something cutting, but instead...
Breathe, sweetheart. I'm not done with you.
I hated the sound I made. I wanted to make it again. I was on the verge of breaking. Then I felt his own hardness came resting on my lower back. His hot, big, hard...
Oren?
I'm sorry. I climbed out without looking at him and left my mind somewhere in the dark water behind me. The flight home was wrong. The wind was wrong. My wings remembered the route my head had abandoned. Somewhere over the river I thought about his hand and the way he said sweetheart, and I let the thought go before I could keep it. I landed badly. Cold water in the shower. I stood under it until my skin remembered it was mine. It didn't work. The cold traced exactly where his hand had been. His mouth, the press of him against my back. My body had taken inventory, and the cold was reading it back, line by line. I tried to be furious. I tried to be a prince. I was neither. I was a virgin in a bath, undone, wearing every place he had touched. I didn't even know his name.
3 days. I told myself it would be enough. It wasn't. On the 4th morning,
I took the east corridor, the long way, the one no one used, and that was where he found me. He stepped into my path like he'd been waiting. One shoulder against the wall. Easy. Unhurried.
There you are.
I wasn't hiding. The words came out harsher than it should. I wasn't mad at him. I wasn't angry either. For the first time in my eternal Fae life, I didn't know how I felt.
I've been thinking, you need someone. Someone who already knows what you're dealing with. Someone who won't flinch or bow or pretend it isn't happening.
I have attenders.
You have people who work for you. That's different. Let me serve you.
I stopped. The corridor felt narrower than it was. You have no standing here. You're a stranger in my court. What exactly would that look like?
Whatever you need it to look like. You're the prince.
Something hot moved through my chest. So because I'm the prince, I can just make things happen?
You're the only heir of Eldenmore. Of course you can.
He didn't understand. He thought it was simple.
Look, if this is about me not finishing you in the hot spring...
I don't even know your name. Something shifted in his expression, the easy amusement softening into something else.
Riven. The word sat between us.
Riven. It felt strange, real, in a way I hadn't expected, like saying it aloud had made him harder to put down. Are you Vathian?
Yes.
No elaboration, no softening, just that. I'd asked for 2 things I told myself I didn't want. His name, his truth. Now I had both, and everything was worse. I couldn't say why. I found him in the east corridor again. This time I had a plan. I'm giving you a position. You'll serve as one of my personal guard. It keeps you close, it keeps you visible, and it keeps you from wandering into places you shouldn't.
Generous of you.
There's a condition. You don't speak on duty at all. A Vrethian accent in a Ellenmarian palace is a liability.
So, a mute guard.
Exactly.
Why not a mute maid? No one would question it. And it would explain the yearning eyes.
I don't have... My eyes do not...
They do, though.
Heat crawled up my throat. I turned away from it. It doesn't matter, regardless. Even if I did look at a guard that way, no one would raise an eyebrow. That's the point.
Why wouldn't they?
He genuinely didn't know. The confusion on his face was real. unguarded in a way his face rarely was. Come with me. The Hall of Kings. 20 statues lining the walls, Eldamaran monarchs in descending order, immortalized in pale marble. Riven's steps slowed as he moved deeper into the room. Then he stopped entirely. The third statue from the end, King Aldarak the Still, and beside him, one step behind, hand-carved in his, a man, not a queen, not a consort of the expected kind. He's my great-great-grandfather. Yes. How? You're in Eldamore. Eldamore doesn't care. I stared at the joined hands carved in marble. In Vrethia, they taught us the king's magic needed a queen to complete it. Without her, the kingdom's power would fracture. It was law. It was doctrine. It was the reason my brothers were currently tearing each other apart back home. How do they produce an heir? They adopted. A gifted Fae child, usually. Someone whose magic needed a home as much as the throne needed an heir. And the kingdom just continued? For 600 years after Aldrich. Yes. I looked at those carved hands again. The easy certainty of them, like it had never been a question worth arguing. Something loosened in my chest that I hadn't known was wound tight. My brothers were at war. Vrethia was bleeding itself out over a throne. I had never wanted it, a doctrine I had spent my whole life quietly disbelieving. I was the youngest. There was no version of that war that needed me in it. I could stay. I could have this. Arvin was still talking. Something about Aldrich's consort, his voice warm with it, genuinely passionate, and I turned before I'd finished deciding. He stopped, watched me with that guarded, curious expression he wore when he didn't know what I was about to do. I kissed him. Soft, certain, no performance in it. He went completely still. He didn't pull away. I'd half expected him to. The careful prince, the flushed ears, the boy who'd gone roged in a hot spring at the brush of a mouth on his shoulder. I'd expected retreat. Instead, he kissed me back, slower than I'd started it, deliberate and thorough, one hand finding my jaw like he'd been thinking about where to put it for a while. I let him take the lead. He did. He broke it, barely an inch between us. What was that? I want you. I've wanted you since the first moment. I was conscious enough to see your face. You were carrying me out of that clearing, and I thought, if this is dying, I'll take it. The hot spring. The corridor. Every time you look at me, like you don't know what to do with yourself. That's mutual, isn't it? Say it. You are the single most insufferable Fae I have ever...
And yet, 20 marble kings watched from their pedestals, and neither of us looked at them. His breath had gone shallow. I didn't need to move closer. I was already close enough to feel the heat coming off him, close enough to watch his throat move when he swallowed. I held his gaze, reached down, slow and deliberate, giving him every chance to stop me. He didn't stop me. My hand found his hardness and he made a sound, quiet, involuntary, the kind he always tried to swallow, and his head tipped back against the stone. There he is.
Don't say anything.
I'm not saying anything.
His hand fist in my shirt. His eyes found mine and stayed there, wide and dark, stripped of every careful thing he usually kept between himself and the world.
Riven.
Tell me to stop. He didn't tell me to stop. Lock the door.
Don't scroll away. Click the video link to download Drama Box. Watch all episodes now.